Yeah. Yeah, baby. This is where it is. This is what we hail from. This is what we do it for. This is what we all about around here. We are again in the motherfucking Thursday morning pre-cap. Week motherfucking 4. We are not cut from the same cloth because they stopped making our fabric. Shout out from Hillsdale to the Field, Page and Newstead, 68th Street, 67th Street, 69th Street, the motherfuckers that made us. Shout out to Pine Line, Page Dale, Normandy, baby. We got the bonfire coming out, PD putting that shit together. We out here doing it real fucking big. It's I'm not even gonna go long into the intro. We gonna cut this shit short because we gonna get into this. I wanna say shout out to everybody that made me. My mom, Grandma Marjorie, Gray, Ron, Mama Lois, Aunt Bear, Lou, Frico, everybody, Uncle, everybody that do this shit for us. And we made the motherfuckers that we are because at the end of the day, we do what we do. So we going into week motherfucking 4 of the Thursday morning pre-cap with my host, co-host, Roy from the Rankings crew. We out here, y'all. What's going on?
It's on. Like my jump shot. Swish.
We're gonna do the disclaimer. Now this goes important because this motherfucker gave somebody some advice, and I talked to that motherfucker this morning. But as we say in the disclaimer, listen, the views of the Monday morning quarterback and the Thursday morning pre-cap are not necessarily those of the league at large and the commissioner and the co-commissioner. These are strictly our opinions. If you follow our advice and that shit work out, give us our credit. If you don't, if you follow our advice and the shit don't work out, moan, then you a grown fucking man. Run your own team. Never. But we're going to get it to our sponsors. Our sponsors are on Broadway, 5026 North Broadway. That's where I get my liquor. That's where he get his liquor. If you want to get some liquor, go down and holler at him. Next up, we got BC Plumbers. BC Plumbers licensed and bonded. Call them for all your commercial and your residential needs. Holler at the homie Anthony Clark, a.k.a. Petey.
Fuck Lil Petey.
I know. But other than that, we finna get into it. Again, my co-host Roy from the Rankings crew. This is finna be an interesting scenario. This is week 4. We are 4 weeks into the season. What you got? What you got to say?
All right. Well, the division play is over. You see where you stand inside your division.
Okay.
You either, we got 3 teams that finished 3-0.
Okay. We can go through those real quick. You got the East.
Right.
Our boy, yo boy, fan of the show, friend of mine, said leading out his division 3-0. Shout out to said. You got Hurricane Walker, first place in the West, 2-1. Team Commish, number 1 team in all the land, 3-0, leading the league in scoring, and the Ass Kickers 3-0 coming out the East. So you got the first 4, Team Commish, number 1 team, number 2 team, the Ass Kickers, said, and the New York City Matrix are in 3rd place, and Hurricane Walker in 4th. Rounding out Chibo Burgers, the only other team to cross 700. 5th place, Missouri Kings has been a big fucking surprise, and we're gonna get into that. They are at 6th place. El Patron at 7, Cheese the Dime rounding out the playoff spots at 8. Close right behind, you got the World Boss 9. 10 is the People's Champ, which we're gonna get into that crazy ass game. You got Black Republicans trash ass at 12. Broad Street Bullyfoot's the former champ at 13. Gronk 14. U City Lions with they trash ass at 15. And the New North Siders with they old ass rounding out the bottom. What do you have to say? What are you looking at division? How do you look at
division? I noticed you skipped over 11 as far as Bucks, but really, who gives a fuck? They trash.
Are they
All
trash?
right. What you ask me? What you
Are
ask
they,
me?
are they trash?
Who Sports Bucks?
Yes, sir.
I mean, they listen. They have a. I've noticed
Mm-hmm.
every week they come out and they've got a projection around 215,
Mm-hmm.
and just about every week they are scoring below 200
Mm-hmm.
or right at 200. One here's one thing I'll say about the projection: 70% of the time,
Mm-hmm.
you probably not going to hit your projection.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see your little projections, just know you're gonna hit them sometimes, but probably about somewhere between 60 to 70% of the time, you're gonna come in below that projection.
Mm-hmm.
So
When
just think about that.
yeah, I was thinking now, I'm a numbers dude, right? Now,
Mhm,
really think about this. If everybody hits their projection, right? But we got a 30-man roster, right? That we play, right?
mhm.
If everybody misses their projection by 1 point, that's 30 points you lost. 30 points. I don't know if you ever looked at it like that, but so everybody hitting their minimum number is very important. And people who come up short, you need somebody that's going to be able to pick up that slack. But you really wanted them projections, like I was telling World Boss. Oh, my shit is at 244. My shit, you ain't hitting nowhere near 240. And Sparks Bucks, your shit was 210. You hit 157 last week. World Boss, your shit was 240. You hit 218. I'm glad of that. It's gonna help, like you said, it's gonna help you in your bragging rights. Oh, and while we got a chance, I meant to put this in the intro. Pigskin Pick'em. If you own it, get it, do it. Some of y'all cats falling behind. So where you
Yeah,
what you think?
yeah, I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready to preview week 4 because I'm excited to see. Well, I think what I'm really the most excited, you see where you stand in the division.
Hmm.
When you come back to the division, will you be better, worse, or still there? It's gonna
I
matter. It's
I
gonna
am
matter.
going to we matter of fact, we can start with the ass kickers at El Patron. And then I really want to get right next into the world boss and the people's champ because that's the real game of the week. But you asked about the ass kickers and El Patron. Uh, this is a must win more so for El Patron than the ass kickers. But the ass kickers really need this win because they don't have or what could possibly be Jordan Love. He may come back, he may not. Malik Willis, and I'd like to hear your take on this going into his third week as the starter potentially if Love doesn't come back. Devontae Smith is injured. He may not come back, and I honestly see them sitting AJ Brown and Devontae Smith because they have a week 5 bye. So, with that being said, this is kind of a must win for the ass kickers because you're losing two of your star players. On the El Patron side, Taylor's been doing his thing. His biggest Achilles heel is going to be AR-15. Um, it's a close matchup. Uh, I got the ass kickers winning. What you got?
Mm. So, yeah, Anthony Richardson going up against Pittsburgh is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be tough. I think right now, um, Malik Willis. Right now, I looks like I was wrong on him. The Green Bay coaching staff has got him up for. He looks like a completely different player than he was when he was in Tennessee. But it's still you can still feel the effects.
Mm-hmm.
He he scores, but you can still kind of feel the effects that his teammates, Reed,
Mm-hmm.
Watson, both of them are in this game. Reed and Watson both. They just not. It would be better with Love, I believe, but don't look like Love. He's gearing up, but I don't think he's gonna play.
I don't
And
either.
they gearing him up, but I don't think he's gonna play. As far as who I think gonna win, uh, ugh, I look at the projection. I'm be honest. Patron team scares me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I just don't see that kind. Listen, Austin went off. I was wrong about Austin. let's see if he could do it if he could do it 2 weeks in a row,
Hmm.
not just 20 points, just double digit points 2 weeks in a row. He got you 10. Then I'll be like, whoa, okay,
Hmm.
okay, we got a receiver here that's that's gonna make a difference.
Now, Austin is going up against a pretty stout Indy defense.
And the defense is trash. They make listen, they great. Indy defense is great for fantasy because
Hmm.
they get a lot of tackles because they are so trash. Um, they great for, but they don't offer much resistance to those players. Now
Hmm.
Pittsburgh defense, on the other hand, is something completely different. So I think Richardson's gonna have a tough trial, but Austin might, like I said, they what makes Indies, if you go look at Indy defense, they got a lot of guys that get tackles, tackles, tackles. That's
Hmm.
because they trash. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Patron. I'm gonna go with Patron, and I think the reason I go with Patron, I think even though it's Pittsburgh,
Hmm.
I think Richardson is gonna have a bounce back game and use his legs, especially because it's Pittsburgh.
Okay. I think you're completely batshit crazy. I think Pittsburgh is going to
Mm.
put his dick in the dirt multiple times. I'm going to go back and talk about Malik really, really quick. I honestly think because they're not in a crunch to where they need these games, they need this win. They don't have to rush Jordan Love back. So Malik Willis has shown that he can command the offense in the meantime and give Jordan Love that true time to get back to 100%. But it's going to be an interesting game. I got to ask it because you got Patrons. I'm going to jump right into our game of the week, your game of the week, the 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 rivalry that is this,
Mm.
the world boss and the people's champ. This has so much riding on it. The magnitude of it is crazy because both teams are 1-2. Both teams need this win. Both teams have been talking mad shit. If you not in the chat room, you are letting life pass you by. Because when these two motherfuckers get in there together, it is pandemonium. You got the world boss projected to hit 230. That motherfucker ain't hitting nothing near that since. But Jaden Daniels was always pick number 3, and this is his best quarterback that he's had since he's been in fantasy, in my opinion, even over Tom Brady. Tom Brady scored money, he did, but Jaden Daniels can do it both ways, and he's young. Then you have on the other side, you got Burrow. We talked about Burrow. You know that I'm not a super fan, but hey, he's been doing his thing. Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson, and I definitely want to hear your take on this. I'm not saying dude trash, but I'm saying he's not that second coming that motherfuckers wanted them to try to make him out to be. On the other side, you got Jamar Chase, that Burrow Chase stack. Jefferson, Jettis, Jettis. You can't go wrong with Jefferson. And on the other side, he traded for DK Metcalf. This is going to be a very, very tight game. Montgomery, Shaheed, Pickens, Metcalf, Evans. This is going to be a tight game. And I honestly have, because of the trades, and if everything continues the way that it's, I got the people's champ. And this is no, hey, a world boss. You know I don't fuck with you like that. But it's not
Mm.
hate. It's what I see. And honestly, I see the people's champ. They probably GM their way into a victory over you this week.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I like. I'm as far as the game go. I'm gonna go with you. Also, I like People's Champ. And the reason I like People's Champ,
Mm-hmm.
I like the way David Montgomery's been playing.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jennings went off for 46 last week. I don't see that happen against the
Not again.
Patriots. Um, but I do see the Burrow Chase stack doing well. You got Monday night, which would be interesting. Monday night,
Hmm.
DK and Montgomery will be both playing. So on the other side, the problem areas is Will Mike Evans is either at the top or he's sometimes at the bottom. So Mike Evans has got to play. Shaheed,
Now,
he's
question.
a big play guy. He's a big
Shaheed
play
is
guy.
a big play guy. Now, I want us to talk about Mike Evans. Mike Evans, Tampa Bay wide receiver against that Philly defense. Would you try a Charbonnet against the Detroit defense or a Ridley against the Miami defense as
Can't,
opposed to?
can't go Charbonnet.
Hmm.
Charbonnet is out
Okay.
because if you go Charbonnet, they play on Monday night. If you go
Hmm.
Charbonnet and Walker, Kenneth Walker decides to play,
Hmm.
you're done.
All
That's
right.
a completely spot where you just hoping you can get some extra stuff. So with him playing on Monday night, unless they definitively come out Saturday and say Walker is not playing, and then you can
Hmm.
take a guy out, then you put in Walker. But until then, you cannot put Charbonnet into your starting lineup until you know for a fact Walker's out. If they don't give you what you need before Sunday, you
You
can't
got to
take
play
that
the
risk.
numbers. Didn't we
Can't take.
have somebody earlier this year? Brian. Brian had somebody. There was no. Was it Brian? Somebody had somebody that they didn't play, and then when it came out, I want to say it was CMC that first week.
It was
But
him.
those are the chances you take.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Now, here's what I do. I mean, it's probably nothing they can do, but World Boss is gonna play uh the Clippers, the Chargers defense going up against KC,
Hmm.
and now versus Miami going up against Tennessee, and Levis seems to give one away, but Miami's gonna be doing a new QB. So, I mean,
You think on that?
defensively, I think they defensively they pretty good as far as defense. But People's Champ outbid World Boss for a Blankenship, so they get to go up against each other. So right now which is another interesting play. He's got Wilson. What's that? Michael Wilson? Yeah, Michael Wilson, Arizona's
Hmm.
number 2 wide receiver. They going up against Washington. Washington defense will give up points. So he's going with him versus Ridley. Like I said, I don't think he can go. He can risk Charbonnet versus Quentin Johnson going up against KC. So that's interesting that he's gonna go with Michael Wilson. But again, they playing Washington's D, which is they will give up points. But he's got in projection leads, he's got like about a 9 point lead. But I just I like the St. Louis People's Champ players, the names, Diggs, Pickens. I think Pickens going up against Indy is gonna get some money. Uh, yeah, I like the People's Champ.
You talked briefly about Blankenship and how he got outbid. Now we talk a lot in the chat room, and we don't really get into it too much on the show about GMing and coaching and things of that nature. Now Blankenship is a top 5 safety, and he was dropped by the world boss for what was it, Kareem
Green
Hunt,
Hunt.
and then he was outbid. Do you think that may come back to bite him?
It depends on what that safety Anthony Johnson does. I know week one he had a big week one. Week two, I think he had like 5 points. It wasn't great. I'm not sure what I haven't checked to see what he had did week three.
I can check.
But the Jags
Week
defense,
3. Let's see. Week 3, he did 7.6. So he went 11, 7, and 7.
yeah. So I mean, Blankenship didn't have a great week three. So I think Blankenship only had 7 week 7.
Right.
Week
So
three.
Blankenship hit his safety Johnson's average last week of week 3, but week 1, 12, week 2, 13, and
Yeah.
3 was a below average week for Blankenship. So I just wanted to watch that, and we're going to talk about that on Monday, and we're going to keep an eye on that. So
Yeah.
who you got?
I got the People's Champ at home. I think they should win this. But this is as far as these two teams. Like on on Tuesday, we have the ranking cruise. We comes out with our ranking.
Hmm.
The World Boss, they were very upset. We ranked the People's Champ eighth, and I believe we dropped them down from 7 to 10. People's Champ went from 9. It was 9 the week before they won. It
Hmm.
went up one, and like I said, we dropped World Boss from 7 to 10. He was very upset about this, and he came out with a bunch of numbers to support why he felt his team should have been ranked higher.
Hmm.
Give him that. Listen. He made a interesting, great point.
Compelling
But listen,
argument. He made a compelling argument.
but the rankings crew do not do the typical. This is where you should be slotted. This, that, and that. Hey, we use our discretion sometimes. But here's the great point about it. The winner of this game
Hmm.
will be a top 5 team in the rankings for week 4 rankings. Just that simple. You won't, like I tell everybody, if you don't like where you are ranked in the rankings crew
Hmm.
uh, hierarchy, keep winning. Guarantee you'll move up.
I
It's guarantee. I don't. It's not. It's
guarantee.
people in the top 5 right now. The team, New York City Matrix, that
Hmm.
I don't want as number 5 team, but they keep winning. They keep winning.
Hmm. So what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest way to shut me up.
I'm gonna say this: the Rankins crew is not necessarily quote unquote biased, but they give benefit of the doubt based on past achievements. So at the end of the day, I know, and knowing you for over half my life, you hate being wrong. You hate being wrong.
I,
And to have to put the Matrix in the top 5, that not only burns your ass,
nah,
but
listen.
it truly shows that at the end of the day, I gotta give the respect at the end of the day where it's due. And whether I like it or not, whether I like how they did it or not, I gotta give it to them. And I give you shouts out for doing your thing.
Listen, I don't think I don't think NYC Matrix is a top 5 team,
Mm.
but they are 3-0. They beat teams that's in front of them. But I mean, the cream will rise to the top. That's why going outside of the division should be really. We'll see is the South just that hard. They're coming out of South. That you come out the South 1 and 2, and then
Mm.
you go and face another division and you sweep that division. That says something.
Mm.
Or, if you come out of your division 3-0, and you go play every team, you
And you
go
get
play
your
2
ass
other divisions,
slapped.
and you ain't winning no games, that lets you know something about your division. So we'll see. We'll
We
see.
shall see. But at the end of the day, the game of the week is the World Boss and People's Champ. We will keep an eye on this one. But we both had the People's Champ going out. And I've said it, and I'm going to say it again. And we spent time on the game of the week, and this is the game of the week. The over under on you tanking. Look at me, nigga. Bring it in. The over under is 6. We are in 4. Lose this game. I'll see you in week 7. Moving on. I want to go to Chibo Burgers and Bullyfoots. I was getting ready to go to Sparks, Bucks, or Team Commish, but I want to go to Chibo Burgers and Broad Street Bullyfoots. Chibo Burgers is coming off of A monster. Oh, and shout out to the People's Champ. Shout out to the People's Champ for being Team of the Week. Y'all went out there and scored 279 points. Now, 279 points. That's our tops this year so far, right?
Yep, yep, that will
So
be.
shout out to People's Champ, Brandon. Hey, homie, you out there doing your thing. You made you could potentially get GM of the year because you made some great free agent moves. You made some great trades, and if you can go ahead and knock off your rival, being that y'all don't face each other, barring playoffs again until what 25, 26,
26 season.
the 26th season. So you got the rest of this year and all the next year for bragging. It's crazy. So shout out to People's
It's
Champ.
the
So we
flip
gonna
side to that coin now. You know,
huh?
it's the flip side of that coin. He
Mhm.
lose, and then he's got to hear it,
You gotta hear it.
and World Boss is he's gonna let you know, hey, you a bum, and I told you. So yeah.
You know
It's
what?
it's not a must win. Like I've seen people champ say it's not a must win for him, which it ain't because his division is trash. His division is ass. He can walk down his division. Like, I think you might only need 7 games to win that division. He can walk that division down easy.
Mhm.
But World Boss will not make it easy. I mean, it's not gonna be easy if World Boss got that one up on you.
It's gonna be horrible in the chat room. I'm gonna
Oh,
say this, and we're gonna move on to Cheapo Burgers in a second. But did you notice on Monday morning and Tuesday morning how quiet it was?
well, yeah. I mean, it happens.
It
It
happened. It's
happens.
cool.
Well,
I know it ain't nothing because we ain't even
it happens. I'm not gonna, some guys
they
they
need
need a
what?
moment. They
They
need a
need a
moment
moment.
after a big loss. I mean, some people not gonna just come in there and be like, let me beat on my chest after they lost. So I get it.
I can't wait till I get to the U City line because we gonna have us a fun. I notice how anyway. Chibo Burgers 2-1 coming out of division. The only loss they have is to Team Commish. Chibo Burgers has been Team of the Week once.
No,
They,
yeah, let's not do that.
okay, I'm sorry. They've been a runner up. Anywho, they
They've been
current
runner up. It's their
they're
second
currently
time being
projected to hit
runner up.
263. You got Jackson, Brees Hall, and Rice. Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice.
Elite. Elite. We gotta say it. He's been elite.
Mm-hmm. Great
Elite.
pickup at Andy Dalton on the other side of Bullyfoot. Bullyfoot needs this win. You are the former champ. You got Dalton, Trevor Etienne, Lawrence. Now, as a Jags fan, I'm not going to shit on Lawrence because I want to fuck with you. I'm going to shit on Lawrence because I said, and you and I have gone back and forth on this, correct?
Yeah.
You gave reasons, you gave feasible rationales, new OC, new coach, new this, new that, different system, different blah blah blah. Do you right now think that he is worth the 270?
Absolutely. They don't even need
He's
to defend
0
it.
and 8 in his last
No,
8 starts.
yeah. So what you think? No, I'm gonna be. Let's see. This really bothers me. So
Mhm.
let's go. He 0-8 in his last 10 starts. We let him walk.
I didn't say let him walk.
What we do?
Go ahead and coach him up. Like,
Now,
okay, now,
what we
no,
do?
hear me out. You asked. Now, listen, I was watching Sunday morning live on
And walk
ESPN.
around
Huh?
and dance for me.
I'm not gonna dance for you. I was like, I'm gonna give you. So I was listening to Teddy Bruschi, and I asked you the other day. This was in the chat room, or it might have been on the show. We talked so much, but we talked about AR-15, and he was like, "And put in who?" And I said I didn't know because I have no idea who his backup is. Now, when they talked about Andy Dalton, and I was listening to Teddy Bruschi, Teddy Bruschi said, "Yeah." The conventional wisdom is to say, ride with your guy, don't, destroy his confidence, this, that, and the other. He said, but from a coaching standpoint, I'm showing ownership, leadership, and my locker room. I need to win games. I don't win games, I go home. So I need to go ahead and sit a motherfucker, Bryce Young, to show that everybody knows that nobody's above doing their job. And he gave the analogy. He was like, listen, you on fries. Don't give a fuck who washing lettuce. Don't give a fuck who's on the register. I'm gonna do my job. I'm on fries. So all I'm gonna do is be on fries. And if I do my job, then everything's gonna work out. But Teddy Bruschi was like, at the end of the day, the coach is showing I'm trying to win games. I gotta win football games, and I'm not here to deal with anybody's ego. Hence why Andy Dalton is in. And Andy Dalton was like, shit, if I get my opportunity, I'm gonna go ball out. I'm not saying Lawrence should be benched. I'm saying that he's not worth the 275 that he had. I'm saying that, remember when I used to say the word serviceable, that used to burn your ass. At the end of the day, 0-8, if this wasn't anybody other than your Jags, if this was not anybody other than your Jags, would you say that he's worth 275 million? And then you take somebody like Dak Prescott, who ain't did shit. And he's the highest paid quarterback, not even the highest paid quarterback. He's the highest paid player ever. And ain't
Let
did
him,
shit. But it's
let
up
him
to
walk.
you. I give it to you.
Let
So I
him
gave you
walk.
everything
No,
that I
no,
said.
no. I want you to answer this. He
Mhm.
did shit. We let him walk, right?
I didn't say let him walk.
So what do you do? You can't. If I'm telling you, you gonna pay me this,
Mhm.
and you're not gonna pay me this, then what do you do?
In Trevor Lawrence's case or
No,
Dak Prescott?
in Dak or Trevor Lawrence, what do you do?
Dak is a vet. He's
What
also, hold on,
do
hold on.
you
You
do?
asked. You asked. So Dak, if he walks, he walks.
So you
I
let
could
him
give,
walk. You let
yes,
him walk. Okay.
yes. Dak, I will let him walk. Now,
And Jaguars
now,
let Trevor Lawrence walk
Trevor Lawrence, I will go
after his
ahead.
contract was up.
I will
You let him
fifth
walk.
your I will fifth your option at that.
Then what?
He have okay. Listen,
And
hear me
then
out.
what?
Hear me out. As of right now, what is the Trevor Lawrence's record right now this season?
0-3.
Okay. So if I fifth year option him, what would ballpark, you know contracts. Ballpark, what would he have made this year if you fifth year option? 12 million?
No,
8?
no. You make somewhere in the neighborhood of 20, 25, 30.
2025. How much is he making this year in his contract?
You let him walk.
I'm asking just
That's the point, though. If you're
yes,
building
but
a
I'm saying,
franchise,
but
do
I'm
you let
saying
him walk? Because you saying you weren't about the money. Who like you weren't about the money? Oh, he shouldn't be making more than this guy. It's just wrong, and it hurts my feelings.
it ain't hurt my
You building a franchise? Do you let him walk? Do you let Dak Prescott walk? You saying that, but has anybody name a team that just let somebody walk and 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 it worked out? Like we just gonna let him walk? You just gonna let him walk?
the Raiders, Josh Jacobs.
How that's working out when they let David Carr walk? Hey, that's a great example. How that work out? How the Raiders look? Because they let him walk, then they got in the draft, and the draft didn't play out like they wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta
They thought
didn't.
they was gonna get Penny. They did think they were gonna get Penny.
So now look at them.
Mm-hmm.
That's your team, and what you call them in the chat room? Like you ain't invested. You be like, yeah, this is my team. We trash this and that. Are we sure next year is the draft gonna work out?
We sure next year we're gonna get us a quarterback. I don't honestly,
How?
from the Raiders
Based off
standpoint,
what?
and
Based
we're
off
gonna get
what?
back. We're gonna get
Whoa,
back
whoa, stop.
to Tebow Burgers in
Now
a second.
this is the bullshit. This is the bullshit. You saying we sure we gonna get a quarterback? You sure you was gonna get Peanut? You didn't get nothing. You got nothing. You got a tight end. and you have to go with Aiden O'Connell and Minshew, who just bench. You just bench Minshew. So let's say the Raiders win 7, 8 games, but 4 or 5 teams jump up and get a high draft pick or trade up for a high draft pick. It's not a fact that they're gonna get a quarterback that they want, a quarterback that they want, but it's that. Was Derek Carr that bad?
No, but Trevor Lawrence is.
Okay. Okay. I mean that you can ride that all you want to, but if you asking me, let's go long term and build under Trevor Lawrence, or let's try the Raiders. Let's try the Raiders thing, and we just gonna bring in whatever, or we gonna look to the draft. But if our guy ain't there, we gotta give value. We can't reach. They didn't reach. Give them that. They didn't reach. But look what they stuck with.
I hear you. My whole thing is that we're gonna see. We're gonna.
The whole thing is you don't like Trevor Lawrence.
No, it's not. You make it seem like it's personal. This is the thing.
It's the thing. Here's the thing. You saying it's not personal. This, that, and that, and that. But your solution is ride it out. Let them walk.
I'm saying that he didn't deserve the contract that he got.
Who cares? Why does that bother you? Why does that contract?
I'm gonna go ahead.
Why does the contract that the Jags are paying him
it
bother you?
Money.
No, but it bothers you because you keep saying he don't deserve. So what should they have done? Let him walk, right?
In my opinion, yeah.
And then what?
You'll see. But
we let him walk. This is year 4 now, because you know you're not just gonna move on. This year 4. So if we gonna 5th year option him, that's next year. So when whoever coming out next year, that ain't the target, right? The target is 2025, 2026, right? And then we gotta be sucked. He can't have a good year then. Because if he does have a good year in 2 years, Dak didn't already move the market from the 55 annual that we paying him to 60. That's the market now. Any good quarterback or any franchise quarterback that you saying this is our franchise, that's the market. That's 60.
I'm sorry. Now
that'll get tested the most this upcoming season with Brock Purdy.
Yes. So you take somebody like Brock Purdy, who's making damn near the league minimum. I think he might get $1.5 million this year, and he fresh off a Super Bowl. Dak ain't did shit.
No.
Just hear me out, please. And I listened to you, and I didn't interrupt.
Go ahead.
Dak ain't did shit. Trevor Lawrence ain't did shit. Deshaun Watson ain't did shit. So they all are right here. And at the end of the day, from a business standpoint, it just don't make sense.
So you pay Brock Purdy 60 because he went to the Super Bowl, right?
You pay him at least 40.
No. Come on. He went to the Super Bowl.
I said at least.
He went to the Super Bowl. You said at least. No, the market's 60. The market is 60. You and took your team to the Super Bowl. How much if you got Brock Purdy's career and you see the market, you just told me 5 quarterbacks that ain't shit. You gonna take less than them and you going to the Super Bowl?
If I were Brock,
you gonna take less than them and you going to the Super Bowl?
I hear that. You bring these are compelling arguments,
these are arguments that a realistic GM, not somebody that's just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna let them walk," and it ain't no consequences to that. So you praising Brock Purdy, but then you want to shortchange.
But see, why didn't they, like you just said, Trevor Lawrence, if they fifth year option him, that would be next year. Why pay him in year 4 when he hasn't shown you anything? But Brock Purdy has, and nobody renegotiated his shit.
He can't
So if he gets hurt this
renegotiate.
year, his value decreases significantly.
No, Brock Purdy can't do his stuff until the end of the year. You got to have 3 years before you can do it. This was the end of Trevor Lawrence's 3rd year. The reason you do it is because you're not finna wait for the market to go up.
Okay.
And he is the franchise. This is what we're building around.
Mhm.
Plain and simple. We build this is who we hitched our wagon to. We building around it.
To me, and I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna sting you, and we're gonna have to move on. Trevor Lawrence is no more than Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
All right. So
All
on
Johnny
the flip
Manziel.
side, we got Chibo Burgers.
This is why can't nobody take you serious. Trevor Lawrence was
Why?
no longer riding Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel was a fuck up who would go to Vegas during the season to party.
Yeah.
To put him and Trevor Lawrence in the same light of anything, it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Again, you attacking the players, not the process. It's a process to building these teams. Again, you'll look at the Raiders and say, "Man, the Raiders stupid as fuck," but they would have got it right if this would have worked out just perfectly. But then you'll tell this another team to go through the same thing that the Raiders did. Yeah, hey, do the Raiders' job. The Raiders' job was perfect. We let Carr walk for nothing because he wasn't meeting the expectations that we wanted. We just let him walk.
Mhm.
No real plan. And now look at you. Carr been gone. Carr been in New Orleans.
Yeah.
This is going on his 3rd year, right? No, it's 2nd year. This is 2nd year in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Raiders ain't got nothing. No plan.
You are absolutely correct.
Just now, you can't. It's teams in this league that want quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee needs a quarterback. Who else? The Dolphins. Well, they didn't need one. Listen, all right, we can move on, man. People probably looking at us like it's crazy.
And no, it's just. But no, this is what you said. They watch for the opinions. Listen, Chibo Burgers goes out here and wins this easily. Broad Street Bullyfoot, you are the champs. You are 1 and 2. You look like trash. You are 4th. Excuse me, in your East Division. Chibo Burgers is 2nd. And very well could possibly be 1st, depending on the game that they had and how everything played out. But at the end of the day, Chibo Burgers win this easily. They go on to 3-1. Broad Street Bullyfoot, you continue your slide and you go to 1 and 3, and hopefully you get it right. You right the ship before the shit moves on. Now, I'm going to jump into team commission.
Whoa! I need to. First off, Chibo Burgers couldn't have easily been 1. They got their ass smoked week 2 by team commission. Okay, they couldn't easily be 2. No, number 1, my ass. They got smoked. Okay, team commission came. They was at home, but we whooped that ass and we sent them with their tail between their legs.
Mm-hmm.
And now they chasing us.
And they took it out on the world boss.
Chasing us. But as far as listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Bullyfoots has been under 200. I think 2 of the 3 times they played this year, and right now they've got a 216 projection. I look at that team and they trying something different. They got the horses. ETN. If Addison plays, which I doubt he will, he's a good player. Hill, it's a new quarterback change again with Huntley. You like Snoop Huntley.
I did, and I was going to talk on that. You didn't. Now, this might be a Malik Willis type of situation where Huntley comes out of nowhere and really stuns the nation. Me personally, look at me, motherfuckers. I was a fan of Huntley. I was talked about Huntley. Same way I was talked about a Willis. I was a fan of Willis too. This could be one of those situations where they learned from the sideline and they learned how to do this. But I think Huntley comes in and does his thing. I'm sorry, brother, for interrupting your wisdom. I
No,
apologize.
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if Huntley can do something, then Tyreek Hill also becomes another threat again. I think where he's starting Andy Dalton. The way Trevor Lawrence been playing lately, I agree. So you start Andy Dalton, and now he's with that offense, that Carolina offense came to light. Leggett, he's throwing Leggett in there, which makes sense, especially with Adam Thielen with a hamstring injury. So it's
But he
not.
got fucked
I'm
on
going
that
Chibo
deal
Burger. I'm going Chibo Burgers.
all
Chibo
day.
Burgers should win this, but I, as Chivo Burger said, don't underestimate your opponent. So
Now, quick question. This is a legit question. With Tyreek Hill being Tyreek Hill and Huntley coming in, do you think he kind of gets that Jaden Reed decrease? Because they probably again going to go a run heavy, kind of conservative offense. And do you think Tyreek Hill suffers?
I don't know. I don't know how Huntley's a veteran, um, but it's a new offense. But it could be a friendly offense because
He got
of
their win. How long ago? 3 days?
no, he's been there since last week.
Okay.
He got signed to the practice squad last week, so he's probably learned the playbooks and everything. And then the guy got hurt Sunday, and so then they brought him up. We'll see.
This is the
Tebow
thing.
Burger's got a lot of firepower. Like I said, Ray Rice is elite. Deontay Johnson with Andy Dalton had an elite game last week. I think he scored 29
Mhm.
on the bench, but had an elite game last week. Uh, 14 targets. That's crazy. So yeah, I got Chivo Burgers winning this. I honestly think, I like Brandon, the people's champ, but I
Mhm.
honestly think the North is going to dominate. I mean, the South is going to dominate the North. So
Mhm. One
I
thing that
do
I
like
do
Brandon.
know is Andy Dalton coming in and the way, okay, and we talked about Huntley. We're going to talk about Huntley. Huntley coming in, as you said, is a vet. Malik Willis was a vet. These aren't basically the similarities kind of line up. Just got there, kind of thrown into the thing. I honestly think that Tyreek Hill is going to take a hit because of the conservative aspect of how they may run. I might be wrong, but I still got Chibo Burgers going out. Broad Street Bully Foot, you guys need to right the ship because between you, the champions, and the runner up in the Lions, both of y'all are looking real sad, real sad.
Ah, ah, I say the North Division. If the I got faith in the people's champ since they made those trades, but the North Division could win with 6 or 7 wins.
I fucks with that. Now, going with what you said into the North, New York City Matrix, U City Lions.
Mm, this is
Now, U
actually
City
a good.
Lions. I'm gonna let you. I want you to take the lead on this. I want you to go ahead and lead in. I'm just gonna get the numbers real quick, and I'm gonna ride out, and I'm gonna give it right to you. Malik Neighbors, number 2 pick, 20 points projected. Levis projected for 15. Golf for 15. And what I believe that the New York City Matrix, as of right now, they're going with Golf. So on the flip side, you got Darnold. They picked up Darnold. I think they got him in a trade, or they might have picked him up. Connor has been doing his thing, and then Devontae Adams. There's rumors that he might be traded, and if he, but right now, U City Lions are fourth in the South, 0-3, against a 3-0 first in the East. 188 to 202 in the projections. Now, I will say last week, and I'm going to turn it over to you, bro. Last week, the Lions hit 199. That's their third game under 200. The Matrix, they hit 197 last week. So 197 and 199 is what they did a week ago. I'm going, and this is going to fuck you up. I'm going with Said for the win. Said goes 4-0, and that's going to chap your motherfucking hide. Because if they do, you can't put Brandon and or World Boss at 5 if the New York City Matrix go 4-0. You just can't.
Listen.
All right.
The winner of the Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
The winner of the Brandon World Boss game will be number 5, regardless. Mm-hmm. Now, Matrix is gonna lose.
Okay.
We are going with the Lions. First off, Mixon. If Mixon don't play, this team really don't. I know they won last week, but they was playing in the North against some bombs. So Mixon's gonna win. I mean, Mixon's going to. If Mixon don't play, he's still going McLaughlin. Neighbors is their guy, but you can't expect Neighbors. What he did real quick.
Neighbors.
The last 2 weeks, he's got 32 and 30.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what is? I get it. He right. Listen, if it was my guy, I'd be like, he gonna do another 30. But 30, 32 and 30, and now you're going up against Dallas on a short week.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see him going 30. And that right there decide the game, because if Neighbors ain't getting him 30 and Mixon ain't playing, who else is getting him something?
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
We talked on the other side of the ball. Najee Harris.
Najee is a consistent 10 to 12 points. Who on his team did you say is a consistent?
Najee does not get over 9 to this week. Mark it down. Look at me, Roy. Look at me. Look at me, you City Lions, Mr. I don't watch the motherfucking show. Najee don't get over 9 against that Philly front. He don't. And everything
they playing Indy.
Yes.
Indy defense trash.
Okay. 9 points. We'll talk about it on Monday. Bet?
All right.
And what I want on the air, y'all, right now, Ego bet right now for Roy for the Rankings crew. If he gets over 9.5, double quarter pounder, supersized meal on me, I'll cash app you. But if not, I want my double quarter pounder meal with onions, Coke, cheese, and bacon. Now, and I want that shit supersized. So at the end of the day, right here, right now, do you got Najee over 9.5?
I do, but I'm not doing it.
Oh no, you gotta come on. 9.5. $7.
Go ahead. Come on.
Bet. There it is, y'all. We got it. We got it on record, motherfuckers. I want my shit. So, excuse me. Devontae Adams against that Cleveland defense. Tolbert, Kelsey. Trash.
I think Kelsey has a breakout game this week.
Against the Chargers?
Absolutely. They down, they starting safety. They down, their quarterback, he limping. Listen, man, this is a get-right game against, I think, two of their left tackles or is hurt in practice. This is a get-right game for Kelsey. especially because the attention as he's had to comment on it.
Mhm.
So
Is
the
this a get
attention
right
is
game for the U City Lions?
I mean, they playing the Matrix. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they playing the Matrix. Matter of fact, yeah, I say he wins. I want to say go over 200, but I'm not. I'm not gonna go there. But
Okay.
Keenan Allen is playing this week.
Mhm.
Um, you know what? Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say that. Because Sam Darnold's going up against that Green
Mhm.
Bay defense.
Mhm. Mhm.
Connor's going up against Washington. He wins because said is trash. At 188. If Mixon don't play, that 188 is gonna be like 175.
Okay. Now, this is where I give you a choice. This is why we say, "Hey, y'all, listen. This is live on air. We go over little shit here and there, but we don't. A lot of the shit is coming straight from the hip. Pow, 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 pow. So I'm gonna give you a choice. Team Commission Black Republicans, Sparks Bucks, Hurricane Walker. Who you want to go with first?
It don't matter. Let's go with team commission. Let's get because it's gonna be a short one.
It's gonna be a short one. It is. Barkley, 22. Lamb, who we got in the deal with, People's Champ, 21. Brock Purdy, who is not going to be his quarterback, because he, of course, is going to go with Patrick motherfucking Mahomes. On the other side, you got Kyler Murray, 23 points, Zach Moss, 16, and the Cleveland defense. Your defense is your third best scorer. This is going to be short. Black Republicans are 1 and 2. Team Commission 3 and 0. 231, 203. I don't see this team breaking 200 on their best day. This shit is trash up and down. And you know what? I'm bringing this shit in. Fuck this. I'm going to turn it over to you, but this is my time, right, nigga? World Boss, you were trash. You have been trash for years. You
Oh
have
no, that
not.
world both.
I'm sorry. I'm
Man,
sorry. Yeah, World Boss, you've been trash too. Black, thank you for keeping me on. Thank you, Roy. At the end of the day, Black Republicans, you trash. Your political views are trash. You are a trash person. Your team is trash. Everything about you is trash. All I do is hate you. I hate everything about you. The fact that you are breathing God's good oxygen irks my soul. The fact that you live in just everything about you, nigga, and I can't wait for Team Commish to put their foot in your motherfucking ass, nigga. So you gonna have fun going down to 1 and 3 and never be relevant. Haven't been. You had one playoff appearance in 7 years, and I'm gonna move on off of this. Team Commish goes on to 4-0, continues to be the number one team in all the land, on their way to what they think is 17-0. You.
uh, listen, he got a. I'm looking at it. He made some changes here and there. I do like this kid Bucky Irvin.
I do
Uh,
too. I can't lie. I can't front.
you know Cooper and Judy. The chances of them both going off with Deshaun Watson the way the Browns have been playing this year is slim.
Can we talk about
Um,
that real quick?
go ahead, Bob. I'll talk about who.
Deshaun Watson.
Let's go. What you got?
What are your thoughts, man?
He's having a rough year. Didn't see it coming. He's having a rough year. It looks like we were all of us who thought Sean Watson was still a good player. We were all wrong. You didn't. We fought you on it, and we lost that battle. And Deshaun hasn't. I don't think he's thrown over 300 since he's been there. Maybe one time, but yeah. As far as Black Republicans go, he really just don't have enough firepower.
Why won't you call him trash?
I like some of his players.
You like some of his play. Why won't you call it trash? You call Sparks Bucks trash. You call said.
I know this.
Told the ass kicker they was gonna win 3 games this year, but you won't call them trash.
Well, they're not a good team, man. He finally took Benson out the starting lineup. Yeah. It's not a good team. It's not a good team, but the whole North sucks.
Mm-hmm.
honestly think teams like Black Republican
Mm-hmm.
and
You City Lions. Say it. Say
the
it.
Matrix
And you City Lions.
and possibly the Bullyfoot
Say you City Lions.
might not win a game outside of the division.
Say you City Lions.
You City Lions gonna win the game because they're gonna
You
beat
City Lions, you finally dropped Simmons with your bitch ass. You thought I wasn't gonna say shit? You thought I was gonna let that shit go? You thought I wasn't gonna say shit? You finally let Simmons motherfucking ass go. I told you, nigga, that shit wasn't gonna happen. But you wanna keep on and keep on. I'm sorry.
You feel vindicated for him dropping Simmons. What was your big beef with Simmons?
My big beef with Simmons was he wasn't this okay, real spiel. When they moved him from linebacker to nickelback, I tried to tell Brian that he's gonna come in on third downs, fourth downs, maybe a second and long, depending. But he was like, "Oh, nigga, this ain't the when Dion was playing. This ain't your old school football, nigga. You don't understand." And then he kept Simmons all on, and he kept it going, and he didn't want to listen, and he think he know everything, and then he finally had to drop him like I told him he would. The same way I told you eventually you would bench Najee Harris, nigga. Listen to the fucking show. Listen to my advice, nigga. I ain't hating.
We went to the championship, and all
What?
this.
He went to the championship and what?
He went there. It's hard to get to the hype bowl, and all this. I was eventually right. The next year, not the year that you was saying it. It comes the next year. Just being honest, but uh, yeah. As far as team commits go, uh, they they were not happy with last week's outcome.
Mhm.
Most importantly with the way CD Lamb played. So they are hoping for a big week out of CD Lamb tomorrow.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, big week they expecting out of CD Lamb. That's uh you know right now the first 3 weeks their projections was in the high was in the 240s, high 240s. It seems to drop they down to 230. Um, so a few injuries here and there, but the good thing about it, they're playing against the North Division,
Mhm.
and their first 3 games against the North is against the probably the weakest 3.
Mhm.
So
Say something real
we can
quick.
move on. Yeah, go ahead.
You say he went to the championship game and Simmons
Yeah.
was on his bench. Simmons had 63 total points. He had, I'm sorry, 63 position rank. Fantasy football points was 70. He had 70. And he averaged 4 points a game. And he had a designation of cornerback and linebacker. And he got 4.1 points a game. And his last game of the season was 2.95. Nigga, I told you before the beginning of the season, this motherfucker ranked 63rd between cornerbacks and linebackers. At the end of the day, yes, do I feel vindicated? You goddamn right I do. Because I told your stupid ass to drop this nigga, but you finally went ahead and dropped this nigga with your dumb ass. You gonna continue to listen to the fucking show. You gonna do what the fuck I tell you to with your punk ass. I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, interesting. Well, what I have noticed about what the U City Lions are doing this season,
Mm-hmm.
they seem to be streaming
Cornerbacks.
back. Yeah, so every week they're going out and they're chasing the money, which is this it's not a bad strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, this guy got it for me this week. Don't look like the starters back. I'm gonna go with this guy. Like the starters came back for the guys he started last week. They're coming back this week. The actual starters for the Giants are out. So I noticed he went and picked up one of the Giants backup guys that's going to be a starter tomorrow. So it's a good little strategy, a little streaming strategy. It's not bad. We'll see how it works out for him. But I
All right.
got him. I got him winning. I got Team Commish winning.
Mm.
Let's go to this next game.
Next we have up your boy, Lord Hate. aka Sparks Bucks against Hurricane Walker. Bucks 1-2 coming out division is third in the East. 2-1 at the West. We have Hurricane Walker leading their division. 217 to 218 on the projection. CJ Stroud 21. Josh Allen 24. Cook 17. Daniel Jones. I think who are they going with at their quarterback? I will tell you in 1 second. And next up, you got you got Justin Fields, another quarterback, against Gibbs.
Starting Justin Fields this week.
Let's see.
No, he's going with Stroud.
Going Stroud.
He's going with Stroud. Listen, I like Walker. I like Walker's team.
Mhm.
Walker, though, I like his team, but I see some potholes, some traps that's coming right around the corner for him. And I get on him about his low activity and not doing stuff. He got a problem brewing with Rashid Wright. Rashid Wright can't run the ball. Rashid Wright gets most of his money from catching passes and this and that. But if you're not on the field because you can't do your primary job, and that's being a ball runner, it's gonna be hard. You're gonna fall into that satellite back because if this kid Bucky Irvin takes over as the number one RB or the RB1, then Rashid Wright is done.
He
So
does.
then
Correct.
Debo's out. Gibbs, he's been getting his money. I'll give him that. But he's got a problem with Montgomery. So
Montgomery won't die. You said that that's a
die.
direct quote from you. He will not die.
So I just see problems around the corner, and I think by the time Hurricane Walker will address these problems, it's gonna be too late. On the other side, it's just a young team. I give Sparks Bucks a lot of slack, but his youngsters can go out. Zay Flowers, Smith and Jigma, Worthy, they can all Brian Robinson. They can all go off, but they young. So then they have these little games where you like, what's going on? And then he get 150 fucking points. And it's for as good as a NFL quarterback CJ Stroud is, he is not a great fantasy option. He just not. He played good NFL football, but fantasy wise,
Now think about it. Cole Kmet is a very decent, I'm not gonna say good, decent tight end, but he went 1-5, 7-2, and then jumped out for 28. He will not get you 28 every week.
I don't know that. I don't know that. Listen, he started off slow, but that rookie quarterback who I love, Caleb Williams, is starting to lean on his targets. Now, Keenan Allen is coming back. He's leaning on his target. He's leaning on his guys. He's leaning. If you go look at Roma Dunze, you go look at.
You said Aduze. You said
I go listen. You can't expect. That's like saying we need 30 from Malik Neighbors every week. Of course, he's not gonna get 28 every week, but if he can get them in double digits every week in this tight end market,
you good.
In this tight end market, 13 would be one of the top.
14 cuts that 28 and a half. So 14, you fucks with that.
Absolutely. Or tight end. What tight end is doing them type of numbers? Okay. No tight end is out here balling like that. Not this year. So absolutely, if he can give you 14, not only you take that, you sleeping like a baby. Because none of the tight ends are going off like that.
Okay.
The tight ends came back down to,
regular tight end shit.
Yeah.
So I ask you, and you, because I ask you, you not only are you my co-host, not only are you the Rankings crew, but not you don't focus 100% on the numbers. I focus on the numbers. You see shit and you bring a lot of insight and foresight and different perspectives that I might not have necessarily seen. So, like you said, yeah, co-commit, even if he cuts that shit in half, 14, you sleep like a baby. Brian Robinson Jr. against Arizona. Xavier Worthy against Chargers. Kirk against Houston.
I mean, I'm going with Hurricane Walker, but I'm just saying. I'm saying Sparks Bucks don't have a terrible team.
Mm-hmm.
They young, and I always stress that these like last week, these young guys will go off like last week where in Jigma, Zay Flowers, Worth all under 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then so like sometimes you need those veteran guys. I understand wanting to build a young team, fresh bodies, exciting and sexy, but the chance of you getting 4 to 5 Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr. type rookies that come in and do that, it's tough. So sometimes, like these cats,
Can I
two
give
3 years from now will be good, but they
the
gonna have those games.
this comes down to certain things. Now, you have again Stroud, Allen. That can even itself out. Both of them get hit 25 and still. Pollard and White, both of them can hit 15. JSN, Roma Duze, both of them can hit 12 to 15. Brian Robinson, Wanderlei Robinson, I give the edge to Robinson. I mean, Brian Robinson, not Wanderlei. Zay Flowers, I actually give the edge to BTJ, even though it's sunshine. Schultz, I give it to Cole Commit. Actually, you're going with what this comes down to. I say all that to say it comes down to defense. 49ers defense against New England or Bears against LA Rams. And I give the edge to Hurricane Walker based simply on the defenses, in my opinion, because it's 217 to 218. I think everybody kind of evens out.
No, it don't.
Okay.
Hurricane Walker got the cheat code with Allen. I know they're going up against Baltimore, but Baltimore ain't like he's got the cheat code with Allen and Cook. This game is over. Look,
Walkers go 3-1.
Sparks Bucks ain't trash, but Sparks Bucks is trash.
Okay, I fucks with that. Cheese the Don versus Gronk. Don is currently 2-1, Mr. What we call it. You remind, like I said, at the end of the day, nigga, you 5 and Mr. 5-9, Cheese the Don. He or virtually. I'm sorry.
Why do you hate Cheese the Don?
I don't hate Cheese the Don. I'm just this is the thing. You want to go in the chat room and you want to try to pin me and Cheese the Don against each other. But I call him Mr. 5-9 because has he scored anything other than 5-9?
Comes out division 2-1.
Has he scored anything other than 5-9?
He has.
Okay. So I move on. So I call him Mr. 5-9. You got 220 on the projection. Gronk has 218 on the projection. Hurts, Kamara, Jones for Cheese the Don. Prescott, Collins, and Mayfield on the other side. So we got Cheese the Don. Cheese the Don is in a fucking must win unless. Hey,
why would you say he's in a must win?
Huh?
Why would you say he's in a must win? This is interesting. Go ahead.
Because it's 51-50 or 50 to 149. They are in a must win because again, when you come out of division, you have 8 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
8 games where, and the one thing that I had, you disagreed with this. Now you said that motherfucker tanked one year. I've never known the Gronk to tank. Now I think 217, 218, 41. I mean, 51, 49% is a good chance. Jalen Hurts didn't have his best game last week, but he played Tampa Bay. At the end of the day, honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it over to you. I'm gonna make my call. And I am going to go on record as saying the Gronk gets their first fucking win this week against Chiefs to Die. So it's all on you. I ain't got nothing else to say.
I'm going with I hate Keith Don lineup, but I really do hate some of his lineup. It's some other guys. Oh, P Ryan #1. I
He ran his wing 58. He averaged 4 points a game.
I would definitely. I don't understand why he's going with Gesicki over Conklin. Conklin's been balling. Yeah, he wants to keep him on the bench. Chase Brown again. He's not great, but he got 12 last week. He's Cincinnati's most explosive runner. He has some flaws here and there, but I mean, he start who he want to start. I really wonder if he's starting Gesicki is because he paid top dollar for Gesicki, and that comes into. I mean, Gesicki got him 9 last week again. I'll go with Condon, but that ain't my team. Or if you had to start both, I start 2 tight ends over starting P Ryan, but
going
maybe
against Carolina's defense.
I mean they didn't look. Their defense didn't look too bad against the Raiders. It was their offense that was a problem, and now that they got their offense together, is their defense really a problem?
There you go, nigga. That's why you motherfucking go on. Stop doing.
Just saying. Based off this lineup, I like Gronk. Now, if he changed it, then maybe.
Can I say
But based off this lineup, I do like Gronk.
Lattimore. I hate Lattimore. We're going to talk about this on Monday, but I hate Lattimore at cornerback. Out of all the cornerbacks, he's ranked 111th. He's getting you 2.2 points a game. He got 2.6 in week 1.
He's been hurt. But this is what I understand. And this is what I'm saying. What is he doing? Do your own thing. But like he's got Petrie. He's got Petrie as safety. Jalen Petrie as safety. Jalen Petrie has safety cornerback designation. So he's probably gonna play a lot of safety, but he's fine playing that nickel safety, that nickel back safety. But as a safety, stop it, dude. As a safety, you can expect your safety to get 7, 8, 9, 10 points. Easy, just being a safety. Why wouldn't you take advantage and put him at cornerback? And then go and get you another safety that you know gonna get you 7, 8, 9, 10. Cornerbacks have been balling. I'll give you that. Cornerbacks have been balling. But if you get 5 points out of your cornerback, that's a good week. I understand some of these cornerbacks putting up 10, 12, 13 almost every week. Almost. But that's gonna tail off. It's gonna come back down. If you get 8 points out of a cornerback, that's an above average week. Why would you not take advantage of having your cornerback, having your safety who got the dual designation and put him in a cornerback? He been doing it the previous week, but Lattimore's back. And here's the thing about Lattimore. He can get an interception. He is dangerous. I get that. But they can also say, I'm not gonna throw to Lattimore. And then
Yes.
he got both of the Saints cornerbacks. Like, I get y'all love these stacks, but you got every fucking Saint on the team.
Can I make an
Go
observation?
ahead. Go ahead.
Minka Fitzpatrick is ranked 39th at safety position, and he's getting you 6.7 points a game.
Okay.
That's going to hurt when you sit up and you got this because you want to get your safety cornerback designation, and those are cool. But this is where the problem comes in. You got Matt Gay, the Indianapolis Colts kicker. He is ranked 32nd. That means there are 32 teams in the league, and you are at 30. You got the worst kicker in the league. And these points somewhere down the line do help. There are a shit ton of better kickers. This motherfucker's average you 3 points a game. Now you was in the East, and as you said, you got Sparks Bucks, and then you have who else? You got Cheese the Dun. Well, we're talking about Cheese the Dun. You got the ass kick, you got Sparks Bucks, you got New North Siders. After you get past the Sparks Bucks and New North Siders, that 30-second, the fact this is where GMing and coaching comes into play. The fact that we are going into week 4 and you still have the 30-second ranked kicker. And you probably think this is a kicker, this, that, and the other. But
No, he didn't play week 1. He got hurt. And he just sticking with him, but he didn't have a good week 2 or week 3.
Mhm.
So, and they're going up against Pittsburgh. If I would say this, let's say Indianapolis can move the ball.
Mhm.
If they can move the ball, it might be tougher for them to score touchdowns than just to get the ball in field goal range.
If my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle, and we ain't
I'm
going
just
into week
saying,
4.
going up against Pittsburgh, they hard to
You
score.
asked me. This is where real GMing come in. This is why I call him Mr. 5 and 9. Because the overall reality, this is your words. This is your words that you said last year and the year before that. You come in here strictly to talk shit, right? Your words, right?
Yeah.
You have out of 16 teams in the league, you have the Lions head coach, which is ranked what? Say it. 16. Yeah, I know. So you asked me earlier, you asked me yesterday, hey, Maurice, why you don't have the Green Bay head coach?
Okay.
Why didn't you bid on the Green Bay head coach? It's 16 teams
He's
in
got
this
the
league.
Lions.
Why would you get the last one? It was us better head coaches out there. You
In
were,
the Lions?
yeah. What was the Green Bay? I'll tell you exactly where the Green Bay Packers was.
Wait a minute.
You asked me the
So
Green
you
Bay
think
Packers.
you don't think the Lions offense is a good offense?
I didn't say that. My point of the matter is you have 16 versus
That's
seven.
chasing point. That's chasing point.
Mhm.
The Lions? You don't like the Lions?
The Lions are the 16th ranked team head coach. We're
You don't
16.
like I'm saying that take that out of it. You don't like the Lions offense?
The Lions offense is good.
So okay then. So let's say they having a slow start. You gonna dump the Lions offense?
If it was better offenses out
For
there,
who? For who?
Green Bay, they number 7.
Okay. You like Patrick Mahomes. I
They
like
number
I like
7.
Josh Allen.
Just hear me out. They number 7 with Malik Willis as their quarterback.
Okay. So you like Josh Allen. I like Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Or
So who you got winning? Cheese the Donna Gronk.
I got Gronk winning.
Gronk going to put his motherfucking foot and cheese the Don ass at the end of the day. So listen, this the last motherfucking one. New North Siders 0-3 against the 2-1 Missouri Kings. New North Siders 202 on the projection. Missouri Kings, who has fucking surprised everybody. My nigga, Lil Larry, 219 of rejection. You got Kyron Williams at 22, Aaron Rodgers and Stafford. On the flip side, for everybody watching the show, I'm hearing, according to Roy from the Rankings crew, that New North Siders are possibly doing a fire sale. On the flip side, Missouri Kings, Geno Smith, 18, Godwin, great trade. This is the thing about it. Every week since that trade, Geno, Chris Godwin, and Ramondre Stevens have been his top 3 projected scores every fucking week since that trade. Geno, Godwin, Ramondre. And that is a great fucking trade. You still let your cousin fuck, nigga, and I'm gonna let you motherfuckers know every week. You let your cousin fuck you, nigga, and you just gotta stop letting your cousin fuck you. But I'm gonna give him Missouri Kings going 3, motherfucking 1. New North Side is going 0-4. At the end of the day, that is what it is, and I'll give it to you. I ain't even gonna go into this shit.
Yeah, no, Northsiders, they scrambling. They got a lot of hurt guys. Mostert, he's been hurt. He's an older player.
They were the
He's been
first
hurt.
victim of the
Older
Monday Night Miracle. They were the first victim. Monday Night Miracle.
I don't remember if they lost.
Yeah.
He's got Kittle, who he's got some type of injury. We'll see if he plays, but I mean, injuries. Listen, injuries are part of the game. It happens. Uh, Nothing you can do. I got the Kings. I think the Kings is a good team. I don't know if they a playoff team just yet, but they can rack up these wins against teams like FFC. If they could, I know they got Sparks Bucks, and if they can split between the ass kickers and Cheese or Dime, whichever one, those gonna be 2 tough games for them. But if they can split that or sweep it, this might be a playoff team. I mean, they came out of the division 2-1. They right there. I know Hurricane Walker, as far as points go, is leading the division, and you got El Patron, but they all left the division 2-1. Is basically how do they come back to the division? So they all left the division tied. How will they come back to the division? And hey, maybe that's a 2-3 playoff team division. I doubt if it's 3, but definitely could be 2.
Mm.
Definitely could be
Give
2.
you the point differential between Missouri Kings, who is second in division, and Hurricane Walker, who is first in division. What do you think it is? Just give me a ballpark point differential.
I know he can't. I don't know. I say Hurricane Walker somewhere between 650 and Kings low 600.
It is a 9-point difference.
Okay.
684 to 675. It is a
Okay.
9-point
He has been scoring
difference
pretty good.
between
Then.
first and second place in that division.
Yeah.
Now, when you look head to head, I think Walker beat Kings, right?
Walker
So
beat
even
Kings.
if it was a point differential, it's still a 1 game or half a game behind. But it is literally a 9-point difference between first and second place in that division.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? I think Kings got a good team, man. Which is gonna be interesting because Brian did trade for Kings first. If he makes the playoffs, it's just been a hell of a season for my guy Brian. This has been I've never seen nothing like this. I always sound like Skip Bayless, but I've never seen nothing like this. I mean, from his injury,
I
I
have
think he
not
lost 2
seen it.
players this week. He lost 2 players
Yeah.
this week, one on defense, one on offense. It's just been a hell of a year for Brian.
You know what
Hell
it
of
is?
So here we go.
Karma, baby. This is where it is. It's karma kicking you in your motherfucking ass, nigga. Karma is fucking you right now because for years you've been out here fucking the league and you've been going in and out, nigga. And at the end of the day, karma is coming and beating your motherfucking ass. And this nigga right here, he don't even believe in that shit. But he even had to say, was like, damn, everything is happening. Everything, nigga. I'm sorry.
It's been a rough year for Brian. It's been a rough year. But I got him winning his first game against the Matrix.
Really?
Against the Matrix, yeah.
Oh,
Matrix is trash. Matrix is trash.
hey man,
I
that's
like
a
that,
fast
man.
one, dog. What? What you want to close out with the people? Cause this has been.
We ran a little long today
We
with the
did.
Trevor Lawrence. I get real passionate about the Trevor Lawrence debate. You got your side, I got my side. So that caused us to run a little long. Um, like I said, we'll see how this goes. First game out of division. It's we'll see how you guys look against teams outside your division.
I can't wait for Thursday. Hey, on behalf of myself, Boyfriend Rankings Group, we thank y'all for checking out. This has been an amazing show. You are a formidable opponent. And I want to go ahead and dap you up, my nigga, because at the
All
end
right.
of the day, you bring a lot of perspective to this. But we finna be out. Roy, take them out, man.
We'll see y'all Sunday or Monday morning. We'll see y'all, and we'll see if your team survived.
All right. From me to yours, you and me, my niggas, we out this hoe. Peace.